As many organisations do, we started out as one. Perry Timms set up Pthr with the mission to enable better business for a better world. Fast forward 5 years, and with an array of accolades and awards under his belt, TEDx speaker, named on the HR Most Influential Thinkers list, and author, to name a few, Pthr became a team of 2 and then 3, and by 2020, a team of 8. 2020 really was forecast to be our best year yet. This story is one about who we are rather than what we do. What we do is believe in our mission, and we bring this to each project with our clients, whether it be through establishing agile squads, strategizing and reshaping companies through organization design, or imparting our knowledge on changing behaviors and bettering culture. What is culture? There are many models in the business world. We have ensured our culture is how we want it to be through our operating model, as a self-managed team who work ultra-flexibly, geographically dispersed across 6 countries. We are proud of the culture we've created at Pthr. But given that we help other organisations with their culture, I suppose we should be good at this. Let's go back to our brilliant forecast year for 2020. We met in person at a co-working space in London. This is the only time our team has met. We have very much formed and normed as a team during the coronavirus pandemic. We had just agreed how to apportion our working focus across the team, and then we had to sit tight at home, while 3 of the team had to fly back to their home nations, which was a challenge in itself. So how are we organised that supports our self-managed, agile culture?
I have worked in self-managed organizations for the last 4 years, and to me, this is the best way to work to establish a working environment where there is freedom, flexibility, and from this, autonomy at its core. I find it really matches my values at Pthr, where we all feel motivated by this sense of independence, interdependence, and inclusion. To create a sense of ownership and accountability, our business model is defined as a series of stacks, where each member of the team owns one of them. Each stack defines a component of our business. For example, we have a stack for marketing and design, one for tools and processes, one for partnerships, one for sustainability, and so on. When working in a globally dispersed team, it's important to transform the processes from merely how things get done to clarity of understanding and directing people's effort in a cohesive way. Communication is clearly essential, which is challenging enough for co-located teams. It's therefore very important to us that we have strong principles around communication and we use the right tools. Our systems are based on a few core principles like transparency, helpful and honest communication, and accountability.
The systems we use at Pthr are crucial to engaging us in a complex world of work, especially for me, as I'm based in Mexico, 6 hours behind most of the team in the UK, and 8 hours behind Kata in Romania. Slack is helping us stay in touch every day, so our days start with a short check-in on a dedicated channel. This is strongly facilitating an asynchronous form of connectedness to each other. We also have Zoom calls when we need to work together on projects. We use Asana for task and project management to keep a clear overview of what we need to do and by when. And we use Confluence to store and present all of our systems, processes, strategies, and commitments to each other. My focus on our products is a new part of our strategy and symbolizes how we're trying to sharpen the focus on the value we can add to clients, partners, and our community.
I've been designing and developing our marketing presence since joining Pthr in 2019, with focus on our website, social media, events, and content. It is important to consider our mission, vision, and essence, and distill this within our content that serves to help others, while also bringing who we are and what we do to life. We define who we are as a team through the commitments we make to each other, and explored this in an exercise using Mural, a digital collaboration tool to define our mutual team agreements. By co-creating our team agreements, we know what to expect from each other and how we're going to keep each other accountable. Team agreements are different from typical policies because they define a more formal agreement between a member and the group, not just a member and their leader. This allows for effective collaboration and supports more innovative and creative spaces, even in a remote setting, which is important to us in our work.
I am the newest member of Pthr, and I haven't actually met any of the team in person yet except for Perry. I'm really surprised about how this doesn't actually matter at all. I feel like I know everyone as well as I would have done if we were all office-based. Our business partnering setup has been crucial to this, especially as I am one of Pthr's 3 part-time working mums. Our business partnering, known as paired working, is where we work closely with one colleague for a season. We shape the relationship how we want to, for example, daily check-ins, to discuss pressures, to ask for learning, support, or development. This really allows us to be open, honest, and is our safest space to talk about what really matters to us the most. The openness and space is something that Perry has made paramount whilst the world has been a really difficult place recently. We have listening sessions where we can talk to Perry about anything we want to. No judgment involved, just an open exchange on whatever's on our minds or stirring our souls.
As with many organisations, we had to adjust our product offering to ensure it was relevant. Our business was heavily focused on delivering in-person workshops, seminars, and keynotes previously, so we created immersive virtual labs. Noticing that we were all getting really tired from our intense labs building sprints, Perry introduced an entirely radical shift into our working week, a 4-day operating week. We've now got about 18 or more Wellness Wednesdays under our belt. So when we're not operating as a business, we can do yoga, paint, read, learn, whatever's good for the soul. Beyond our team, my focus for the work I do with Pthr is our community and our ecosystem of partners, people that we rely on, from our partner organisations to our clients to the charities that we support. At Pthr, we want to positively impact those who come into conversations with us. We are inspired by progressive organisations, kindness in the workplace, and those who lead from a place of love and regard. We're inspired through learning, which at Pthr we're supported to do.
How we are in the world really is as important to us as what we do. At Pthr, we're an aspiring B Corporation organisation, and what this means is we hope to join this great collective of companies that really put purpose before purely profit-led ways. For us, it's crucial because we all are very passionate about the impact we have on the world. I feel really lucky that due to self-management and also our stacks model, I can bring my own personal beliefs around sustainability and my own personal manifesto, provided that it aligns with our overall business strategy. It's also key to me that we are able to make decisions in a more inclusive way and act in a more agile fashion. This year has seen the introduction for us of our first Spiritual Investors Board, and I think this is an example of us acting in a very inclusive way. As a group, we saw with things going on in the world that we needed greater understanding of the differences amongst us, and that this difference really is key to eradicating any prejudices based on colour, creed, or religion, first of all in the workplace and hopefully in the wider society. So we're thrilled to have a group of diverse, skilled, and really soulful individuals join us, guide us, and hopefully help us to open our minds as we strive to become a more understanding and inclusive organisation.
So I have the honour of being the founder of Pthr, which I did so in 2012 when I left the corporate world. And I left it because of disillusionment, because I'd lost my way. I made some mistakes, I let people down, and a job I love had become corrupted because I let it be so. Yet I reported as the most engaged person in that company, but I ended up damaging things. So I guess leaving the corporate world and creating your own business was something that charged me to want to create environments for other people in other organisations to not experience that, all the joy I'd had in the work I'd done before. And I would then want anybody who would listen to me and invite me in to help them create that wholesome way of operating. It took me a while, I guess, through experiments and emergence to cast the shape that Pthr now has. And I describe us as a band of activists, alternative thinkers and doers who believe in a better way to do business. I think we have a mercurial quality about us. We're adaptive, but we're fixed on our mission. We're passionate, but we're applied to effective ways to change the dynamic of the experience of work that people have. I love learning about new thinking, experiments, and alternative approaches to tired orthodoxies. And the shape of this enterprise means we can be them as well as help others apply them. All of the team came to work together because they wanted to, not because I had positions to fill. We are that way to this day and have shown how you co-craft a business venture in the image of how you'd like the world and the people within it to be. Our culture isn't what I've set, it's what we've built. So sure, I provide some guiding principles and will probably always be the source of this organisation, but it's now our combined spirit that defines who we are, what we do, and how we do it. Not a social engineering project, an emergent philosophy and way of being. Our future, which is incredibly exciting, is like every other micro and macro organisation on the planet. It's uncertain, and yet our commitment to the cause of better business for a better world is so deep within us. It feels like our never-ending power source for good in the world through our work. It's truly humbling, inspiring, and loving to be a part of it. Thank you for listening to all that Pthr is and the people who make it what it is.
The set of conditions our world constrains us by continues to evolve. 2020 has been a year none of us expected, and for business, it has meant hardship, but also accelerated change. People demand more flexibility and freedom in their work. At Pthr, we are proud of where we are now, but we must continue to adapt. Agile ways of working are at the core of our culture, and we can act in this way due to the operating systems and cultural conditions in place.